Have you ever wondered why love is both the most beautiful and the most perplexing thing in life? Why do some relationships last forever, while others fall apart despite our best efforts? Welcome to the Stoic Love Wisdom channel. This is where every story and every lesson about love will help you find the answers. Today, we will explore a fresh perspective on the topic, do these things and she will come back to you. It may sound unbelievable, but these are not just words, but real-life experiences and profound lessons that will change the way you view love. Stay with me, because the most surprising and interesting things are still ahead. Before we begin, find a quiet spot, put on your headphones, and relax your mind. Let the insights shared in this video help you fully appreciate and enjoy every meaningful moment. Are you ready to embark on this journey? Let's get started. Have you ever asked yourself why some relationships that seemed very important gradually fade away? The answer lies not in others but in you, how you face, change, and develop yourself. In this video, we will explore the power of Stoic thinking and how to apply it, not only to make her come back, but to build strong, healthy, and lasting relationships. Let's see how Stoic principles can transform your romantic life. In romantic relationships, there are times when we face difficult moments, when the person we love leaves or is no longer by our side. In such times, we often look for ways to bring them back, perhaps through words, actions, or changing ourselves. But Stoic philosophy teaches us one thing: instead of trying to control what is outside, we should focus on changing ourselves, finding inner peace, and developing qualities that make us better, regardless of the outcome. Focus on yourself. The most important thing is self-improvement. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that we cannot control others, but we can fully control ourselves. If you want her to come back to you, the first thing you need to do is change, not for her, but for yourself. Self-awareness, one of the core principles of Stoicism, is a clear understanding of oneself, recognizing both strengths and weaknesses. Instead of focusing on what she thinks of you, focus on what you think of yourself. Are you living by the values you cherish? Are you improving yourself every day? Develop patience. Stoicism also teaches that patience is an extremely important quality. Sometimes, patience will help you realize that not everything will unfold as you wish, and what matters is that you learn to persevere in what you are pursuing, including relationships. Face difficulties without overreacting. In a relationship, when we face change or separation, it's easy to fall into a state of suffering and despair. Stoic philosophy teaches us how to face difficulties without allowing emotions to overwhelm us. Accept change. Everything in life changes, and this is inevitable. When you learn to accept change, you will no longer feel stuck when facing fluctuations in a relationship. This doesn't mean giving up, but understanding that everything has its time. Emotions are not the enemy. Stoicism does not teach us to suppress emotions, but to learn how to control them. Instead of letting emotions drive our actions, we learn to master them and respond calmly and rationally. Act without expecting results. One important thing that Stoicism teaches is that actions should not be taken with the expectation of a specific result, but because the action itself is the right thing to do. When you do good things for others, you should not expect repayment or response. The same goes for romantic relationships. Instead of doing things just to make her come back, do them because you want to improve yourself and become a better person. Focus on the process, not the result. Act for the purpose of self-development, and don't cling to the result you desire. Whether she comes back or not, you can still grow from your efforts and actions. Love is not ownership. Love is not something you can control. Sometimes, loving someone means letting them go if that's what's best for both. What matters is that you learn to love without being dependent on others, and that's one of the great lessons Stoicism teaches us. Face the pain, accept failure. If the relationship cannot return as you hoped, Stoic philosophy will teach you how to accept failure without feeling pain or defeat. In Stoicism, failure is not the end but a part of the learning and growing process. Pain is a part of life. We cannot avoid the emotions of sorrow when experiencing loss, but Stoicism teaches us that pain is not the enemy, but an opportunity for growth. If you can face pain without sinking into it, you will become stronger. Learn from failure. Every failure brings valuable lessons. See failure as an opportunity to improve yourself, rather than blaming or accusing. Each time you learn from a relationship, you are becoming a better person. Freedom from within. Stoicism teaches that true freedom can only be achieved when you are no longer bound by dependence on others. If you love someone, love freely, not because you want them to come back, but because you love them as part of your life. Freedom is when you can live your life fully without needing the acceptance or return of someone else. Anyone can leave. One of the important lessons in Stoicism is recognizing that people come and go in our lives. You cannot control this, but you can decide how to react to it. When you learn to live freely and not depend on others, you will feel lighter when facing any change. Inner peace. For those who follow Stoicism, inner peace is the ultimate goal. When you achieve peace within, nothing can shake you, even if she doesn't come back. You will realize that you can be happy and peaceful, no matter the circumstances. Accepting human nature and relationships. Stoicism not only teaches us how to deal with life's changes and challenges, but also helps us better understand human nature and relationships. In romantic relationships, change and differences are inevitable. When you understand the nature of people and love, you no longer long to control or hold on to someone forever. Human nature is changeable. One of the core principles of Stoicism is accepting that people are not fixed entities, but constantly changing. A person's feelings may change over time, and you cannot control these changes. Instead of regretting or trying to hold on, understand that this is part of the natural process in relationships. Accepting change will bring you peace of mind. Love is not possession. Stoicism teaches us about freedom and letting go, which also applies to love. Love is not possession but mutual respect and freedom for both. Never view love as something you own, but rather as a harmonious relationship where both parties can grow and progress. A relationship is the intersection of two individuals. Love and relationships are the result of the intersection of two individuals with different personalities and needs. Everyone has their own values, preferences, and thoughts, and sometimes a relationship cannot be sustained if these differences become too great. When you realize this, it will be easier to accept that if she doesn't come back, it's not because of your shortcomings but simply a natural part of life's changes. What do you think about this lesson? Have you applied something similar in your life? Please share your thoughts or story in the comments section. I'll read and reply quickly. Thanks for your attention. Let's continue together. Maintaining inner peace in any circumstance. The ultimate goal of Stoicism is to achieve inner peace regardless of external circumstances. When you achieve this peace, you will no longer feel affected by external events or emotions, including whether she comes back or not. Inner peace is the state where you can accept and face every change without losing stability in your soul. Emotional self-control. Stoicism does not allow emotions to control our actions. When you learn to control your emotions, you will not feel extreme sorrow when a relationship ends. Instead, you will remain calm, think rationally, and act wisely. Remember, you cannot control what happens to her, but you can control how you respond to the change. Accepting what cannot be changed. In life, there are many things beyond our control, and one of them might be our relationship with another person. What you can do is accept that things don't always go as planned. She might not come back, but that doesn't mean you can't live a meaningful life. Learn to accept what cannot be changed and focus on what you can control, your inner peace and personal growth. Viewing each challenge as an opportunity to learn. Every difficulty in life is an opportunity for us to learn and grow. Instead of seeing separation or changes in relationships as failure, view them as opportunities for personal development. Painful experiences will help you become stronger and more resilient. Only when you learn how to face challenges without falling apart will you truly achieve inner peace. Cherishing each moment and the present life. One of the greatest values that Stoicism brings is the ability to cherish the present life and live fully in every moment. Sometimes, we spend too much time thinking about the past or worrying about the future, but when you live in the present, you truly experience the meaning of life and happiness. Living fully in the present, instead of worrying about whether she will come back, enjoy the moments you have now. Do the things you love, socialize with people around you, and focus on your personal growth. When you live in the present, you will no longer feel anxious about the future or regretful about the past. Love starts with yourself. Stoicism teaches us that to love others, we need to first learn to love ourselves. When you cherish yourself, you no longer need to depend on others to feel happy. Love yourself, develop good qualities in yourself, and naturally, you will become an attractive person who draws people to you. Don't let the past control the present. Thinking about the past can make you confused and lose peace of mind. Stoicism emphasizes that the past cannot be changed, and the future is not yet here. The only thing you can control is the present. Cherish what you have today and do everything you can to live a meaningful life. If you're still watching this video, don't hesitate to comment, continue, to let me know. Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so I can be motivated to create more meaningful videos. Let's continue together. Freedom is the key to happiness. One of the most important messages Stoicism offers is freedom. Freedom is not about controlling everything around you, but the ability to live a life not dependent on external factors. Freedom is when you can live your life, whether or not someone is by your side. Freedom from dependence. If you want her to come back to you, that can't be your sole goal in life. Create an independent and free life where you can make decisions for yourself and not be dependent on anyone. Only when you find freedom within yourself can you live a happy and fulfilling life. Accepting and loving yourself. Freedom begins with loving yourself. When you learn to love yourself freely and not rely on validation from others, you will experience peace and happiness. Love is not dependence, but freedom and emotional self-control. Learning to let go and release. Stoicism is not only a philosophy about mastering emotions but also about letting go and relaxing. In many challenging situations, especially in romantic relationships, trying to hold on and control everything only leads to more stress and suffering. Stoicism teaches that letting go is not weakness, but a powerful act of acceptance and maturity. Letting go of expectations. One of the things that make us feel disappointed in relationships is unrealistic expectations. We expect the other person to act according to our desires, but this only creates tension and fatigue. Stoicism teaches that having too high expectations of someone will only hurt you more. Instead, let things unfold naturally and live with acceptance. When you stop expecting too much, you won't be hurt by things not going as expected. Accepting imperfection. No one is perfect, and neither are relationships. Her not coming back is not a failure or a flaw on your part. It's just part of life, where everyone has their own choices and decisions. Accepting that life doesn't always go as planned will help you remain calm in any situation. When you stop craving perfection, you'll feel lighter and freer. Freeing yourself from feelings of lack. Many people feel deprived when they don't have someone by their side, especially after having a deep relationship. However, according to Stoic thinking, you must understand that each person is born with everything they need within themselves. The feeling of lack is merely an illusion. When you learn to see yourself as complete and confident, you won't feel the need to wait for someone else to complete your life. You are an infinite resource for yourself. Investing in friendships and relationships with important people. In the process of seeking peace and freedom, Stoicism emphasizes one crucial thing: invest in relationships that truly matter, especially with friends and loved ones. When you feel a romantic relationship is going nowhere, reassess and spend time with those who offer you comfort, support, and sincerity. True friendship is a foundation. One of the important lessons from Stoicism is that sincere friendships can be a great source of strength. Don't overlook those friends who stand by you, those who understand you and are willing to share both joy and sorrow. These people can help you through tough times and make you feel less alone. Family relationships are a solid foundation. Just like friendships, family relationships are the foundation that helps you build self-confidence and inner strength. Regardless of how your romantic relationship turns out, family remains a place where you find unconditional support and love. Don't forget to nurture relationships with loved ones, as they will help you feel loved and never lacking. Self-awareness and self-development. Stoicism is not just a philosophy of peace and acceptance but also about self-development. To have fulfilling and lasting relationships with others, you need to work on yourself first. When you develop yourself, improve your life skills, and enhance your intellect, you will become a more attractive and reliable person. Practicing self-awareness. An important part of Stoicism is self-awareness. understanding yourself, your thoughts, and your actions. When you can view yourself objectively, you will easily recognize your strengths and weaknesses, which allows you to develop consciously. Self-awareness helps you live with purpose and not get swept away by emotions. Learning and growing, Stoicism teaches us that we never stop learning. Reading books, attending courses, and always seeking ways to improve yourself will help you become someone with intellect and inner strength. The more you grow, the more independent and self-sufficient you will become, and in turn, you will be more attractive to those around you. Confidence in action, when you trust yourself, you will not fear facing challenges. Confidence is not arrogance but an understanding of your abilities and a willingness to face any situation. When you act with confidence, you will create a positive impact on others, and as a result, your relationships will become stronger. Your story, a new chapter full of potential. When you practice Stoic thinking in life, you'll realize that what you consider as a lost life or a relationship that has ended is actually just a part of a larger journey. Every breakup or failure is an opportunity for you to learn, grow, and change. Don't let yourself dwell on temporary emotions, see everything that happens as part of your development process. Your story is not over, whether she comes back or not, your story is still ongoing. You can rewrite it in the way you desire. From every hardship, you can build a stronger, more independent, and free life. Stoicism reminds you that only you have the power to decide how your story ends, and you can write the next chapters with confidence and self-control. Finding meaning in challenges, every challenge you face carries a lesson. Instead of seeing challenges as insurmountable obstacles, view them as opportunities for growth. Love is not only a feeling of comfort but also a process of learning and growing. Every experience in a relationship helps you recognize true values and understand yourself better. Discovering inner freedom, by following Stoic principles, you will gradually realize that true freedom doesn't come from having or not having someone by your side. Freedom is liberation from emotional attachments, it is the ability to live true to yourself without being affected by conditions or external factors. The sense of inner freedom is when you can view everything calmly, without being influenced by waiting or expectations. Relationships and self-acceptance. In relationships, asking someone to come back or trying to change their behavior may stem from a lack of self-acceptance. Stoicism teaches that self-acceptance is the most important factor for you to feel happy and satisfied with your life. When you learn to love yourself, you will no longer feel deprived or incomplete when there's no one by your side. Accepting imperfection, an important part of self-acceptance is understanding that you don't need to be perfect. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. Don't try to change yourself to please others. Find your own values and live by them. When you accept yourself, you become more attractive not only in appearance but also in your thoughts and actions. Exploring and nurturing love for yourself. To love others fully, you need to know how to love yourself. Stoicism encourages you to nurture self-love by developing your intellect, body, and spirit. When you love yourself, you won't need validation or love from others to feel your worth. This helps you become more confident in relationships and less vulnerable to hurt when things don't go as planned. Not all relationships are meant to last forever. Stoicism reminds us that not all relationships are meant to last forever. Some relationships may only appear during a specific phase of life to help you learn and grow. Nothing in life is permanent, and neither are relationships. Knowing when to continue and when to let go, Stoicism teaches us that letting go of a relationship is not a failure but an act of understanding. When you realize that a relationship no longer serves your growth, or you can no longer find joy in it, leaving might be the right decision. This doesn't mean you no longer love the person, but rather you understand that your growth may take you down different paths. Embracing breakups as growth. Breakups are not the end, they are part of the process of growth. Every breakup provides an opportunity to learn more about yourself, to understand more clearly what you want in relationships and in life. Instead of regret, see it as an opportunity to become a better, stronger, and happier person. The relationship between suffering and inner freedom. When facing challenges in relationships, you may feel pain and disappointment. Stoicism does not encourage you to deny your emotions, but instead to accept and face them calmly. Suffering, loss, or any negative feeling is not something to avoid, but rather an opportunity to gain deeper understanding of yourself and life. Accepting suffering as part of life, Stoic philosophy teaches that we cannot avoid hardships and suffering in life. However, what matters is how we face and respond to them. Instead of letting pain control you, you can learn to see it as a natural part of life. These hardships will help you become stronger and wiser, bringing you lasting peace when facing challenges. Freedom comes from mastering emotions. When you learn to control your emotions, you will no longer be governed by things outside your control. When a relationship isn't going well, instead of letting it destroy your freedom, you can learn to separate emotions from actions. This way, you won't feel trapped in negative feelings and can continue moving forward, seeking inner peace and long-lasting happiness. Stoic thinking, building a new life. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and one of the biggest lessons from Stoicism is flexibility and the ability to adapt to circumstances. When faced with challenges in relationships, you can choose to change yourself for the better, rather than just trying to change others. Accepting what you cannot change. There are things in life you cannot control, and this includes the actions of others. Stoic thinking encourages you to learn to accept the truth that you cannot change the past or the behavior of others, but you can change how you react to them. When you accept this, you will no longer feel sad or angry about things beyond your control. Creating a better future. An important part of Stoic thinking is living in the present but not forgetting to prepare for the future. When you let go of negative emotions and focus on self-improvement, you will begin to build a better future. Set new goals, develop new skills, and create new opportunities for yourself. Once you reach maturity, you will find that past relationships or painful experiences no longer have a strong impact on your life. The truth about relationships and the ability to rebuild yourself. Life is not a race to gain recognition from others, but a journey to find and affirm yourself. Stoic philosophy helps you realize that the relationship with yourself is the most important. You don't need to change yourself to please anyone, nor do you need to struggle to make someone come back to you. Rebuilding yourself after every difficulty, every time a relationship ends or you face failure in love, you have the opportunity to rebuild yourself. Stoicism does not see this as the end, but as an opportunity to become stronger, understand yourself better, and understand what you truly need in life. This is the opportunity to rebuild yourself from within, becoming a self-reliant and happy person. The ability to rebuild. When you learn to rebuild and grow yourself, you will no longer worry about whether a relationship will come back or not. You will realize that the change in you is what matters most. When you become the best version of yourself, you will attract like-minded people and create healthier relationships. You are the one who decides your life. Stoicism teaches you that life is what you make of it. No one else can decide your life except you. You can choose how to react to every event in your life, you can choose how to view relationships, and you can choose how to grow yourself. Responsibility to yourself. You are the only one responsible for your actions and decisions. When you understand this, you will no longer seek validation from others to feel worthy. You will no longer depend on others to create happiness for yourself. Stoicism helps you see freedom and happiness as the result of living true to yourself. Life is a process, not a destination. When you approach life in this way, you will understand that every step, every decision has meaning. Every moment, whether painful or joyful, is part of the journey. A relationship may be part of this journey, but you don't need to let it define your worth. You are the one who creates meaning for your life. Learning to build healthy and lasting relationships. One of the most important lessons from Stoic philosophy is the realization that relationships are not tools for seeking perfection or filling voids in life. Stoicism emphasizes that relationships are opportunities to express oneself, develop personal growth, and seek compatibility. Along the way, you will learn to face failures, learn from them, and use them as opportunities to grow. Relationships are not for possession. According to Stoicism, you should not view others as property or something to hold on to tightly. A true relationship is a two-way connection where both parties have space to grow and become better individuals. When you let go of expectations of ownership or control in relationships, you create room for freedom, respect, and mutual development. Accepting differences. Every person has their own story, values, and principles. Stoic thinking does not ask you to change anyone, but rather to learn how to accept differences and respect the choices of others. This does not mean you have to agree with everything, but you can learn to face differences without letting them disturb your inner peace. Relationships will be stronger when you learn to treat others with respect and love, without forcing them to change. The ability to reject toxic relationships. A key part of Stoic philosophy is the ability to reject things that are not suitable for you, whether in work or personal relationships. You do not have to hold on to relationships that do not bring positivity or growth to your life. Learn to say no wisely. Knowing when to let go, Stoicism encourages you to understand that not every relationship can last forever. Sometimes, a relationship may no longer be suitable or may not provide the support you need for your growth. When you realize this, you will have the courage to let go of toxic or unhelpful relationships. You will no longer feel bound by guilt or fear when rejecting those who are not good for you. Focus on quality relationships. When you let go of relationships that do not bring value, you will have space to cultivate quality relationships. These are relationships where both you and the other person help, encourage, and develop each other. Such relationships will enrich your life, helping you learn and grow continuously. Focusing on reality rather than hoping for change in others. A part of Stoic thinking is learning to see things as they are, rather than relying on hopes or expectations that others will change to meet your desires. For relationships, this means you need to accept the other person as they are, instead of always hoping they will change according to your wishes. Accepting the truth, not perfection, in any relationship, you will find that each person has strengths and weaknesses. Instead of blaming others for not being perfect, you should learn to accept their flaws as part of who they are. This helps you not only understand the other person better but also become more patient and compassionate. Learning to love unconditionally. One of the key principles in Stoicism is loving unconditionally, without relying on expectations or demands from others. You love others not because they make you happy, but because you recognize their value. Relationships built on the foundation of unconditional love will be enduring and harmonious for both parties. Inner peace from the inside out. Stoic thinking not only helps you improve your perspective on relationships but also helps you build peace from within. Inner peace is a crucial element in maintaining healthy relationships, regardless of the challenges or changes that may arise in the future. Creating balance between yourself and others. When you have peace from within, you will not feel swept away by the fluctuations in relationships. This peace comes from understanding your own value and not letting others or external circumstances disturb your soul. You will know when to take time for yourself and when to devote attention to others without feeling exhausted or hurt. Peace is the foundation for relationship growth. When both parties in a relationship achieve inner peace, the relationship naturally becomes more stable and happy. You will no longer feel anxious or confused about loss because you have the inner strength to face any situation. This is the strength that Stoicism teaches you, helping you build relationships from peace and true freedom. The ability to reject destructive relationships. An important part of Stoic philosophy is the ability to reject things that do not align with you, whether in work or personal relationships. You do not have to keep relationships that do not bring positivity or growth to your life. Learn how to say no wisely. Knowing when to let go, Stoicism encourages you to understand that not every relationship can last forever. Sometimes, a relationship may no longer be suitable or provide the necessary support for your development. Once you become aware of this, you will have the courage to let go of relationships that have become toxic or no longer contribute to your growth. You will no longer feel bound by guilt or fear when rejecting those who are not good for you. Focusing on quality relationships. By letting go of relationships that do not add value, you will have space to cultivate high-quality relationships. These are relationships in which both you and the other person help, encourage, and grow together. Such relationships will enrich your life, helping you to continuously learn and develop. Focus on reality rather than hoping for others' change. A part of Stoic thinking is learning to view things as they are, rather than relying on hope or the expectation that others will change to meet your desires. In relationships, this means you need to accept the other person as they are, instead of constantly hoping they will change according to your wishes. Accept the truth, not perfection. In any relationship, you will find that everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Instead of blaming others for not being perfect, you should learn to accept their flaws as part of who they are. This not only helps you understand the other person better but also makes you more patient and compassionate. Learning to love unconditionally. One of the key principles in Stoicism is unconditional love, not based on expectations or demands from others. You love others not because they make you happy, but because you recognize their value. A relationship built on unconditional love will be lasting and bring harmony to both parties. Inner peace from within. Stoic thinking not only helps you improve how you view relationships but also helps you build inner peace. Inner peace is an essential element for maintaining healthy relationships, regardless of any challenges or changes that may occur in the future. Creating balance between yourself and others. When you have inner peace, you will not feel swept away by the ups and downs of relationships. This peace comes from understanding your self-worth and not allowing others or external circumstances to disturb your soul. You will know when to spend time for yourself and when to give attention to others without feeling exhausted or hurt. Inner peace is the foundation for relationship growth. When both parties in a relationship achieve inner peace, the relationship naturally becomes stronger and happier. You will no longer feel anxious or confused about loss because you have enough inner strength to face any situation. This is the strength that Stoicism teaches you, helping you build relationships from peace and true freedom. Conclusion. Stoic thinking provides us with a powerful and insightful approach to building and maintaining healthy relationships. Rather than constantly seeking change from others, we learn to control ourselves, develop our inner selves, and accept others as they are. Inner peace not only helps you overcome challenges in relationships but also creates maturity and patience, thereby building stable and lasting relationships. When you truly understand and apply Stoic principles, you will no longer feel dependent on whether others return to you or not. You will develop a self-reliant life, where happiness comes not from others but from the ability to live freely, peacefully, and meaningfully. This not only brings confidence to yourself but also creates a healthy space where relationships develop naturally from respect and understanding. Remember, what you do for yourself is what truly determines whether that person will return to you. Real change must start with you, a resilient, confident person who loves themselves. When you achieve this, all relationships will become sustainable, not because you need others, but because you are ready for a genuine connection. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. I hope you have found valuable lessons about love and relationships. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. I truly appreciate your support and will continue to bring valuable content in future videos. Keep following me on this journey of exploring love and relationships. See you next time, and I wish you always happiness.